Hi and welcome to my soul tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. Today we're talking about the last month of favorites and fails for 2020. But before we go into it, I would just like to say you can see here happy birthday balloons, and that's I would love to wish my son a wonderful 30th birthday. Yes, I know I'm a dinosaur when it comes to YouTube. Excuse me, but I love it. So, does age matter? As long as you enjoy what you're doing. Yes, my eldest did turn 30 today. We had a wonderful morning together. He got a lovely present from me and we went for breakfast. And we took our lovely little furry baby Louie with us and had a wonderful time. So welcome to my soul tribe. I would love to wish you happy holidays, and I know it's been a very challenging year for, I would say, all of us to some degree. So let's hope that 2021 kicks off with a bang. Can I just say that on December 21st at 6:22 p.m. we are going into the final activation of the year of the Aquarius. So we're leaving the over 150 years of the Capricornian era, which has been quite dominating and quite restraining, and going into the age of the Aquarius, the freedom-loving, free-spirited age of the Aquarius, humanitarian too. The first activation began in 1962, and December 21st is going to be the final activation. So we are supposed to be moving into the fifth dimension, going from the third dimension. And I know this is spirituality, has nothing to do with makeup, which I'm about to talk about, but I'm just really excited. Well, not everyone is heading to the fifth dimension, but those who have done the spiritual work will be. So try and meditate, do self-care exercises, be mindful, be loving to yourself and others, and we will all get eventually elevated to the fifth dimension of lovely, paradise on earth life. Not in one go, not straight away, but gradually it will happen. So let's be kind to one another. That's the message I'm trying to send out. And happy holidays to everyone. And, let's get on with the end of 2020 and enjoy the last month of December, and have the rest of the year. Let's have a wonderful year. So, welcome to my soul tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. As you already know, I upload 2 to 3 times per week. I would just like to share that YouTube has been a little bit unkind to quite a few YouTubers as well as myself, although I'm very new to this YouTube world, and it has been unsubscribing people. So if you can, please check that you are still subscribed. And if you're not, or if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please set the bell on all notifications so you get notified every time I upload. So, and the other thing I'd like to mention is, can you please engage? If you would like to share a comment, please do so. It really helps me out. So, and also don't forget to subscribe to my Instagram for all the latest updates. Absolute Healing Therapy is my Instagram, as well as my website, absolutehealingtherapy.com. If you are seeking any kind of healing or counseling or both, be it online or in person, I live in Melbourne, Australia. Feel free to contact me via my my website. I do online sessions and I do in-person sessions, so I'm always happy to receive messages as far as healing and counseling is concerned. I didn't go overboard at Black Friday sale. I only bought a few things, and I'd like to share them with you, and later on I will be doing some reviews on them. So I did buy the Ambient Ghost palette by HOURGLASS. Ooh, look at that, it's so reflective. And I mean, people have been raving, creators are raving about the Ambient HOURGLASS palettes, so I thought I will definitely give this a try. So that's what I bought at Black Friday sale. And I know that ABH Jackie Aina collaboration palette has been out forever and ever. It's beautiful, look at it, look at the color gradient. It's been out forever and ever, but I did want to try it out. I'm not going to do a full review on it, but I will leave my opinion on this palette at some point, probably next year already. The next thing I bought, Golden Hour palette by VISEART. I would love to try it out. People say amazing things about this brand, so I would like to give it a go and have my own opinion. And the last thing I bought was VIOLETVOSS Fun Size Le Macaroon palette. That's all shimmers inside. I have tried it out just a little bit, and I will also do a review on that next year sometime. Obviously, we can even put a bronzer in our crease and use the shimmers. I love shimmers. I get really excited by shimmer shades. So that's all I bought during Black Friday sale, because you know, we are trying, this year has been challenging and people can't just go around spending all kinds of unnecessary money on makeup. And I have a lot of makeup already, so that's why I just bought the 4 things. Let's start with my favorites for December 2020. Real Technique sponge. Well used, well loved. I love these sponges. I absolutely adore them. They're very soft. I can't say enough good things about them. They last for quite some time, and I also like the shape of it because you can really get under there and use it for your concealer as well without any problems. My favorite primer, and it's not just for December. I have gone through so many of these primers, it's beyond a joke. This primer by CoverGirl, True Blend by CoverGirl. Why I love this, and it's for combo skin. So, you know, that's pretty good. So I guess most people can use it. And why I love this particular primer, and I use it so much of it, I go through tubes and tubes of it, is because it's very moisturizing on my skin. And my skin, I don't know if you can tell or not, but my skin is kind of combination skin. It's slightly on the dry side, but it's more combo. It's more just, you know, your medium skin. It's not too dry. It's not oily at all. It's more on the dry side. So it gives me the nice moisture that I'm looking for. My staple foundation, my daily foundation, be it hot, be it cold, is NYX Invincible foundation. I love it, and that's why I included it in my favorites for December 2020. So I actually, what I do, I take just a drop. It is messy. Like, I'll show you. It is messy. It does get messy. I take a drop of medium and 2 drops of porcelain, and I mix them together and I get the perfect shade for my skin tone. I think it's pretty, I mean, it's never perfect, is it? We're always complaining about not being able to match our foundation to our skin tone, but you know, it's a pretty good match when they're mixed together. So that's my staple, that's my everyday go-to foundation, although I've got lots of foundations. In winter, it's not cakey, it's not drying, and in summer it just gives me a nice healthy glow without making it shiny or sweaty or anything icky. For concealer, my favorite concealer, which I discovered this month, is Flower Beauty. I love this concealer. I'm not in love with the applicator. It's a very thin applicator, but I love the concealer itself. It does an amazing job for concealing your under eyes, dark spots, and all kinds of blemishes. I don't really have many of those still, but I love this concealer. It's just the right consistency. It's not cakey, it's not cement-like, and it's not too thin. It's just right. Fair is the color that I use, but she's Drew Barrymore owns this brand, and she's come out with quite a few shades with the concealer. Now, let's talk about setting powder. And its Essence is my favorite for this month. Matte Fixing Setting Powder, translucent. Very well loved. Not the first one that I've used. I go through them quite a lot, and it sets wonderfully. I'm using it today. It's beautiful. It sets makeup in place and it keeps it there for quite some time. As I've mentioned many times before on this channel, and I don't know if you've paid attention, my favorite bronzer is Mastermind by Morphe. Look at the size of it. It's got a huge mirror, and it's a very large size. And Mastermind, it looks a little bit lighter on camera than it is in real life. It's not orange, it's not cool toned, it's not too warm toned, it's just the right kind of a shade for me. So I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through this particular bronzer, because it's huge and I love it. I use it on a daily basis, or most days when I wear makeup. Next is blush. Pink Sand is the shade. It's QIBEST. It's got a little mirror, and I love this shade. It's like it's a rose pink. It's like a rosy pink corally shade, and I absolutely love it. Out of all my blushes, this is one of my favorites as far as the color is concerned, and it stays on quite well. In case I forgot to mention, I only use cruelty-free makeup, so QIBEST is cruelty-free. Now, when it comes to highlighter, Super Shock highlighter, very well loved. Still the old packaging from COLOURPOP. It's called On the Cusp, and I think it was the Kathleen Lights collection. It's just stunning. don't know if the camera, there it goes, if the camera can pick it up. There you can see it. So it's, I guess it's mostly for fair to medium skin tones. I just want to, there, maybe you can see this. There you go. You can see the shift more. I absolutely love this highlighter. I'm using it today. You can see. You can see it on my nose. You can see it on my cheeks. I love ColourPop highlighters. Super Shock ColourPop highlighters is the go for me. It's still in old packaging. The problem with ColourPop is, of course I can afford to buy ColourPop. And of course I can afford to buy makeup. But of course, with ColourPop, they come out with so many new collections all the time. And I live in Australia, so we're like 20 hours time difference. So by the time I receive a collection from ColourPop, everyone's who's received PR has already reviewed it. So I do have ColourPop, and I love ColourPop. It's one of my favorite brands. It's affordable, the quality is superb, it's fantastic, but unfortunately I can't, until I get on their PR list, which I'm sure is going to take some time because I'm a new channel. Until I get on their PR list, I can't keep up with all their latest collections. They just come out with so many new collections all the time. But on the cusp, Super Shock highlighter, I'm pretty sure it's by Kathleen Light's collection, is absolutely stunning. I absolutely adore it. You don't get to see any pores or anything like that. Flawless, beautiful. Now let's talk about what I'm wearing on my eyes today. My favorite eyeshadow palette by Jeffree Star. Love him, hate him, love to hate him, hate to love him. I'm talking about the product, I'm not talking about the man. And his eyeshadows are really superb quality. I adore this mini breaker by Jeffree Star, and I absolutely love this particular palette. So what I'm using today on my eyes are the pinks and the purples. Obviously here in Australia it's summer. I know that for most people where you are, you're freezing cold. Well, we are hot here. So it's a nice summery color combination, pinks and purples, and I love it. So this is my favorite Jeffree Star palette up to date. Actually, up to date. I just love the colors in this palette. You can do a neutral, you can do a colorful look. It's just got everything that I'm looking for in a palette, at least in a beginner's palette. This is a very unique shade. It's a cool tone between brown and gray. You can mix it up with the oranges and the browns. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. My next favorite for December eyeshadow palette is Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. I did review it and I found it absolutely beautiful. Here it is. This type of a palette, first of all, it's got duochrome shadows, at least one. This one here. This one here. and it gives a nice shift between brown and reddish, kind of brick red. The thing I love about this palette, although it is a little bit costly, the thing I love about this palette is that you don't have to think before you use it. You just throw on a few neutral shades and away you go. You can use it for work, you can use it for school, and you can use it as a glam look for going out. So it's a very versatile palette, and it's one that you don't have to think about. They're all warm brown neutrals, except for, I think there's a couple of, there's a purple and a black on the bottom row there. But it's just the easiest palette to use. There's nothing really to think about. You just use a few neutrals and away you go. My next favorite for December is Good Sport by ColourPop. Is one of my favorite palettes by ColourPop. It's not so new anymore. Why I love it? I love it for the grungy looks that you can do with it. It's a very versatile palette, but if you kind of have a look at this green, gold green is the most perfect green, and look at the shine. It's just stunning. Just the green alone makes you want to get this palette. And also the gold is it's a perfect gold. Have a look at the color payoff. That's the gold over here. Look at that. It's got the most beautiful mattes and shimmers in it. This one doesn't have a I'm just wiping my hand on a wet towel, paper towel. This one it's so versatile, but it's also grungy, and I just love the grungy look. So a few more, if you have a look, this is like a silver tone, and this one is more of a rose gold. I'll swatch them for you as well. So here's that silverish. It's like a real grungy silver, and the more light, very user-friendly rose gold right on the bottom there. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. So I love ColourPop, and I will continue to use it. It is so affordable, even when you convert it to Australian dollars. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to get here from America to Australia. So that's the only issue I have. So ColourPop, come to Australia. We would love to have you here. Okay, now let's continue with a few more of my favorites, not too many. So this is by W7, which is a very affordable drugstore product. It's called Keep Them Dry. Keep Them Dry. And it's an eyelash primer. It's a British company, W7, very affordable, and I absolutely love a lot of their products. This eyelash primer, this is what it looks like, really keeps your eyelashes in place. I don't know if you can tell on camera. So I like my eyelashes separated, and I like to see some volume in them. And a bit of length would be nice too, because my eyelashes are not that long. And you can get as close to it as possible, depending on your eyelashes, with using the eyelash primer. And lastly, my last favorite for December is COLOURPOP Ultra Matte. I only use liquid lipsticks. Ultra Matte liquid lipstick. It's called TD Up. Look at this color. It is stunning. That's what I'm wearing on my lips today. You can see, because I'm fair skinned, you can see that it looks a lot darker on the lips than it does here. But that's only because I'm fair skinned. So a person with a more olive complexion will probably get a much closer color match than I am. I absolutely love this color. It reminds me of cherries. Now, a lot of people complain that matte liquid lipsticks can be drying. I will give you a little tip. That's my secret. What I use before applying the liquid lipsticks on my lips. And I never feel the dryness that people complain about. I never use bullet lipsticks on their own, because that's just not that's not my vibe. That's not the way I like. I don't like using them. So what I do, and you can see it's well used. So what I do, and it's a nice color, but you can literally use any shade you want. I use the bullet lipstick, and this is a matte. I use the bullet lipstick as a primer, as a lip primer, because I don't like gloss. I don't know if you'll ever see me wear gloss on this channel. Maybe in the future, just for the video, but in real life, no, I don't. But I always put the bullet lipstick underneath the liquid lipstick, always mattes. I love mattes the most, and it kind of gives you that barrier between your liquid lipstick and your lips, so you never feel the dryness that people complain about a lot. Now, I think I've gone through quite a few of my favorites for December. I don't have many fails, and I don't consider them fails. I consider them products which just don't vibe with me, or are not are just not good for my skin type. It doesn't mean that they're not good for yours. So Tati Westbrook raves. I know she's away from YouTube. She has been away for quite some time. She has raved about Hydrating Milky Mist by PIXI forever and ever. She has raved about it so much that I absolutely had to get it. Now, we don't have PIXI in Australia, so I had to get onto iHerb.com in order to buy this, because this was supposed to be the miracle skin product of the century. I'm sorry, it's not hydrating my skin. It's dehydrating it. It's making it dry. So I have, and you can see half of a bottle is gone. I have tried using it so many times, hoping for a better result, which never happens. Sorry, PIXI, I love your products. Just this one is not for my skin type. The other thing that I would like to talk about is Australis. Australis, obviously, by the name, don't sweat it, is a foundation. Australis is obviously, you can tell by the name, it's an Australian brand. It's a cruelty-free brand. Don't sweat it. This particular foundation is meant to be wonderful for summer, because you will not get the sweat through it. It's a matte finish, which I love. I love a matte finish. You sweat through it. You know, that's me personally. It might work just wonders for you. My nose in summer sweats through it, and it kind of sticks to your skin. It doesn't give your skin any freedom to breathe. For me, it's unfortunately, can I say a fail? For me, it's not one that I can use. I've tried using it that many times without any success. It looks like I'm wearing cement when I'm using it. It looks thick. Yes, it is a matte finish, but it looks thick. It clogs my pores. And in summer, when it's hot, you do sweat through it. I sweat through it. Maybe someone else doesn't. So that's that. Now let's talk about Physician's Formula. Now, I am a cruelty-free channel, and I use cruelty-free products. Or when I purchased them, they were cruelty-free. When I purchased this particular bronzer, it was Physician's Formula was still cruelty-free. This is a radiant bronzer. You see, it looks lovely. It looks absolutely lovely. Look at the moon. Look at it all. You know, it's supposed to glow and where is it? Oh, there. Yeah. Okay. Where are you? Where? I can't see you. No, I can't see you. You know why? There is no color payoff. There is absolutely no color payoff. It comes with this lovely brush. I don't know who uses these brushes. It comes with a mirror. So that's good, but there is no color payoff. I'm sorry, Physician's Formula, you come out with the most amazing products. This one, unfortunately, did not work for me. I think this one, this particular one called Radiant Bronzer, will be fantastic for porcelain skin tones, whereas mine, I guess it's more fair. So for porcelain, it will work. For fair, there is no color payoff for me. I'm sorry. Now, LA Girl. Once again, we can't get LA Girl here like you can overseas. No. We have to order it. So we can't just walk into a drugstore and test it and see what it's all about. So LA Girl was recommended by one of the influencers, and I went crazy for it. We don't have LA Girl here in Australia, so I wasn't able to test them, so I bought a whole bunch of them, as you can see, every color of the rainbow, just from the website, because they were inexpensive. And everybody was recommended, and I think it was Porcelain Bridget that recommended these gel eyeliners as the best thing ever on the market. So I went crazy. I bought a whole heap of them, and they're absolutely stunning, and they wear so well. Have a look at these colors, they're amazing. My only problem is, and I'm sure they're wonderful for the majority of people, unfortunately, I get eye allergies. So I'm very limited at what I can wear on my waterliner. So unfortunately, I get this stinging sensation when I wear them. I've tried to wear them in so many different ways. Unfortunately, I can't wear them because my waterline stings. I don't know what is in that formula, but it doesn't sit well with me. I'm sure, and they're wonderful, they're beautiful, but I can't wear them because I have very sensitive eyes that get easily irritated. Another thing, I'd like to talk about is Essence. Essence mascaras are absolutely probably the best, one of the best cruelty-free brands, which are drugstore brands on the market. And I absolutely love a lot of their mascaras. Unfortunately, not this one. Instant volume boost, no, not for me. It didn't boost anything. It didn't do anything for my eyelashes at all. It's a very thin applicator, as you can see, and no, not for me. I'm sorry. Essence is it's an amazing brand. It's an inexpensive brand, but this particular mascara didn't do it for me. A lot of other mascaras, absolutely, I used them, I love them. This one didn't work on my eyelashes. It just didn't give me any payoff, like nothing. My eyelashes didn't look any different with the mascara or without. And the very last thing I'd like to talk about, and it's not a fail because this was my first BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette. It's all mattes. I think it's called Smoky Eyes 28 color eyeshadow palette. It's beautiful. Look at the color selection. Look at the versatility. BH for some reason isn't being talked about anymore by influencers. I don't know why. It's a wonderful, I mean, I love this brand because it's inexpensive and it's of very high quality. Unfortunately, I don't reach for this palette, even though you can do so many looks with this palette. I can combine them with other palettes with the shimmers. It's just that for some strange reason I don't reach for this particular palette. There is nothing wrong with it. The mattes work beautifully. There's literally no I will show you. There's no, oh, I tried to take off the LAGIRL gel liners and they stay on really well. So there is no fallout in the BH palette. In this particular palette, there's no fallout. The color payoff is quite good. I'll show you a few colors. They look stunning. It just, for some particular reason, and I don't know why, maybe because I'm not crazy about big palettes. I prefer the smaller ones. There's no fallout. There's nothing wrong with this palette at all. It's just that for me, here are a few swatches beautifully. For me, for some particular reason, I don't know why, I just don't reach for this palette. Actually, I think I know why. It's big. It's too big and there are too many varieties and I get a little bit lost. There's nothing wrong with the palette. It's me. I'm not using it correctly. So I've put it aside and maybe I'll reach for it sometime next year just to give it another chance. Okay, well, that's about all for my favorites and fails. There haven't really been real fails. A few things haven't worked for me. That doesn't mean that they won't work for you. So it's been a challenging year for you, for me, for the world. I hope that you will still have a festive season at the end of this year. And I hope that 2021 will be a much better year for all of us. Thank you very much for watching. Cosmic kisses to everyone. Stay well, be healthy, be happy, and I will see you soon. All my love. Bye for now. But the problem is, because so many people get their latest in PR, all their latest stop. Don't record this. My next favorite for December is Good Sport by ColourPop. This one doesn't have a mirror, but excuse me, can you edit this out, please, that my nose is scratching? Oh my god, it's itchy. So this, start again. Yes, thank you. Second part of Faves and Fails makeup for December 2020. The other video just froze.